stick around. I might be able to teach you a few things. Oh, hi everyone! Sorry for the dip in stream in the middle there. I managed to lean on the power cable and completely cold shut down my PC and lighting and everything. But hey, we're back, and we're back to carry on with the fun in this second game in Call of Cathulhu with Wilde as our DM. Before we go over to Wilde for the introductions, I would like to draw your attention to the GoFundMe. We're trying to raise money for some new equipment, as I was wearing shorts all the way through the winter, and now that the summer's getting here, my PC's packing up, and so am I. I actually got a little bit of heat stroke the other day. It was quite scary. So I'm trying to get an aircon unit and stuff. You can see on the top left there what the goals are. The £1,000 is for the the best AC I can get with a new mic, and whatever else we get, it just determines what I'll get, really. And also please take a moment for the bot to spam a bunch of links at you, including merch, places you can find us, sponsorship information. Big thank you to Mage Hand Press and Bird and the Storm Publishing, who make this all possible. And also we have the tweet, which is there to be tweeted, if you would be so kind. Wilde, why don't I hand over to you?
Yes. Hi, everybody. Hi, I'm WildeEngineer. Today we are playing some Call of Cthulhu. This is Catmares and Kittyscapes, where all their players are going to be playing some kitty cats. It's going to be super cute. And of course, nothing ever bad happens to cats and kitties with Cthulhu around. So, yeah, that's going to be great. Right, so let's go around. Start with Dark Aardvark. Could you please introduce your character and what's the day in your kitty's day like?
Yes, I am playing Anastasia Meowington III. I am a Persian kitty, which I have the flat nose, and all of my fur is white. And on a typical day, I lay around on the couch and I watch just whatever I want on the television. And I watch a lot of Marvel comic book stuff because I got to know my characters for when I cosplay, because that's what my human and I do. I cosplay.
Great. So hopefully your human, your food bringer, will be able to get you in some nice costumes. Let's go to Hansi Tweets.
Hey, I'm Hans. I'm playing Chester, who is a black and white Manx cat. He has some things in common with Anastasia in that he's very house oriented, likes to watch TV, but he's more based on like another like cartoon cat you may have heard of before. He likes to eat chili dogs. He watches TV. His human does tarot readings a lot. Has some interesting ideas about cats being reincarnated as people or people being reincarnated as cats. He's not paying a lot of attention. But Chester's going to have some fun and take a long nap today.
And I'm sure those tarot readings will not come back to haunt him at all. And Prison Pals DM. So who are you playing?
Hi, I'm Russ. I'm going to be playing Possible, who is a Maine Coon kitten. So he has very, very fluffy fur around his head that's all matted and messy. He lives in the alleys. And an average day involves going and trying to find food, taking a nap on someone's ledge of their windowsill, and sometimes sneaking into people's houses and just saying hello.
Oh, the cute little kitty that doesn't know what to do. And last but not least, Scratticus.
Oh, hi! I'm going to be playing streamer kitty Hildy Thunderclaw, who, when younger, liked to sit on shoulders and be cute on stream, but now mostly sleeps around the house, attacking anything that comes within 5 feet of her.
Right, and anyone who watches knows that Hildy is always a gem, always just the cutest, quietest cat around.
Yep. Doesn't attack her mother while she's streaming or anything else like that. Never. How dare you?
Not at all. All right, so starting today, you are all cats. You're all super cute, and you're doing what cats do best. You're all asleep. So, when you wake up, you realize that you're all in the kitty dream world, in the dreamland that all cats go to when they sleep, because that's why they're always sleeping. We all know this. So, what do you guys want to do in the dreamland?
I feel like the only reason you go to Cat Dreamland is because of the fact that it's, well, first off, much more interesting than Human Land, but maybe to hunt something. I feel like that's what a cat would do.
Yeah, because in the dreamland, there's a lot of things to hunt. There's a field with a bunch of mice. There's just birds that always seem to fly just a little too low for some reason. There's like always a bunch of red dots that don't go away when you catch them. Yeah, any of those places are viable for you to go to. So yeah. How about Anastasia? What would Anastasia be doing?
Anastasia is all kitted out, dressed like the Black Widow, and going around and fighting all of those red dots because they're the menace.
Possible?
Possible is definitely going and finding the best sunbeam to just stretch out in. He's not sleeping, he's just stretching.
Right. Because in this perfect dreamland, there seems to be the perfect amount of sunlight and spots where you could always stretch out. It's just a beam right where you want it to be, right on that perfect spot, in the middle of everything, but just enough for everything to avoid you. And there's always these great heights that any cat could climb up to.
He probably knocks a few things onto the ground that smash when he climbs up to the perfect sunbeam.
Oh, there's tons of stuff to knock over. Some of them are glass, some of them are plastic and will just bounce around. Yes, I know. How about Hildy? What's Hildy doing?
In the dream world, Hildy Thunderclaw takes on her Thunderclaw persona, and she booms around everywhere, making lots of noise, freaking out other cats if she finds them, and chasing wildebeests, horses, elephants, all sorts of other strange creatures that she sees, which are far too big, but run in terror from her.
Yes, and there's anything and everything you could ever want to attack and scratch. There's posts, there's curtains, there's random strings just dangling about everywhere. We don't know where they're from, but they're there. That's great. So, we can start this out. Could everyone roll either a listen, sniff, or spot hidden, please? Okay, and if you could tell me what you are rolling.
I rolled listen.
I did spot hidden.
Okay.
Also, just so you know, I have the trait curious, so my listen is improved by 1 success level. But that
Great.
also means that you can give me a curious impulse, which I have to act on.
Right.
What were the options for the roll again? Sorry.
You could do a spot hidden, you can do a listen, or you can do a sniff.
Sniff, 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 sniff. Is that scent or?
Or yeah, scent. Sorry.
Got it. I'll be sniffing.
So what did you roll, Anastasia?
I rolled scent.
Scent. Okay. Let's see. Let's start with Chester. On your spot hidden, you'll notice that there's no other cats around. It's just the 4 of you. You're all close enough to each other. You can see each other in the distances. But that's quite odd. Usually there's a bunch of cats all able to do their thing, jumping around, climbing, hunting. You could even just have cat conversations, do some cat seminars, all that fun stuff that cats love to do. But today it's just the 4 of you. Let's see. Hildy and Anastasia. You guys notice that there's an odd scent in the air. It's almost like metal. You don't know. You could, if you walked around a bit, you could probably figure out where it's coming from. But it's this odd smell. It doesn't smell good. It's definitely something that it's something you want to be careful around. And possible, you hear a noise in the distance, like over the hill. Is this something that you're curious to want to inspect?
Yes. Is it like a noise I've heard before? Like, is it something that I accidentally knocked over, or is it like?
It sounds both like things breaking, things hitting each other. You could even hear some yowls and screeches going on.
Well, if something's breaking and it's not me that's breaking it, then I'm confused and I would like to go see what it is, because I should be breaking it, and that's not fair.
Okay. All right, well, you all can see Possible heading in that direction. Will you all choose to go and follow him, or you're just going to continue doing what you're doing fun cat stuff?
I want to try to find where the source of the smell is.
All right.
I don't want other cats having fun without me, so I'm going with them.
And Hildy?
Hildy would like to lie in ambush for one of the other cats and will jump on them if they come close.
For any of these other 3 cats? Okay.
Yep. She's not very good at it, to be fair. I can roll a stealth if you like, but she's just trying to become... You know, like when cats get low and become like the I'm not here blob?
Yes.
Yes, roll me a stealth.
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky.
Right. So you see Hildy walking, and then she just disappears. Maybe into a brush. Maybe she's up high somewhere. I don't know. You just can't see her. But as you walk along towards the scents, towards the sounds, you breach over this, what is this? You breach over the hill, and you find yourselves, with that. You come upon this scene. You see all the cats that you would normally see in a battle. You see these shadowy creatures battling these cats. It is odd, because normally just the cats are able to come into this. This is the dreamland. This is where cats live. No one else is supposed to be here. You see this one specific cat. Possibly you might know this cat. It's the old wise cat around the alley that you might have seen. She's giving out orders. She's telling everyone, we must complete the rituals. Don't worry about the individuals. We must complete the rituals. If you look in the background, you see two figures, one of shadow, one of light. They seem to be encompassing all of the background, almost like mountains in the distance. They seem to be converging and coming apart, just as sparks, whether shadow is almost like the mix of midnight and sunrise, constantly interchanging, this liquidy smoke kind of just going around. You see these creatures of smoke coming towards all these groups of cats, and the cats trying to fight them. You see on the battlefield, there's 5 distinct groups. There's one with a pile of fire around it, which is weird because cats don't like being around fire. You see these one cats who are trying to hold down these shadows. Looks like they're trying to scratch them open. You see ones who are somehow seem to have picked up sticks, trying to run them through these shadow figures. Others who are trying to, with these balls of yarn almost, twine, either wire, anything they can find, are trying to wrap them around these shadowy figures. But these figures are very elusive. They just seem to be able to slip through everything. Like no one can seem to grasp on them. You see others just holding them down, trying to looks like they're either trying to drool on them or hack up fur balls. They're doing something like that. But these shadowy figures, they all just escape. And eventually you see the shadows converge upon all of the cats like a wave. And then the old wise cat, she sees the 4 of you and she goes, "You, the 4 of you, you must go and complete the rituals for us. There's obviously a lost cause at this point. We will try and stall them up as much as we can. If I can get out of here, perhaps you can find me." She runs up to each and every one of you, sort of knocking you all over. And then everything goes black. Then you all wake up.
Briefly, thank you so much. It's on the GoFundMe. Thomas Mincer, £45 donation to the GoFundMe. Thank you so much. Thomas, if you click the link, the second link on this, you can head over to Warlord's Crusade and get yourself some leather armor braces for that level of donation. Thank you so much. You just need to pay shipping, I think. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Also, we had some subs come in as well in between the streams. We had Prax subbing 8 months in a row. 1 more month and they get another remote, or does it happen at 9 months? I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. And Rock as well, who also subbed. Thank you very much, and I will stop interrupting you, Wilde. Also, by the way, you have a reroll gifted to you from Anik, who did not use it in the last session, and the rest of the party have 2 rerolls in a pool for whoever needs them.
Great. Great. So you all wake up. It's kind of dark. What do you guys want to do?
Do I know anything about what they mean by rituals?
You know what you saw. You saw these 5 different groups. You can just roll for that, actually. Let's see what can you roll. Is there a...
There's an occult.
Yeah, roll an occult for me.
I don't think I'm going to get this one.
If anyone else would like to roll occult, they can as well.
I was close. No cigar, though.
And I got a 10 out of 20% on the skill.
Okay, and so you also have luck if you want to use it. So you can reduce your luck to turn a roll into a success, things like that. You cannot use luck on sentience, and you cannot use luck on luck. So, right. So with a 10, hard success. Being a famous kitty, you hear a lot of odd things. There's always people who tend to come around and tell you what to do, who always want to have your autograph, always believe that you are required for some sort of greater purpose. Perhaps sitting on the window ledge one day, the old wise cat would talk to you, regale you with stories. This one about preventing chaos from engulfing the world. There are these rituals that the food bringers used to perform, but they have forgotten about them all, lost with the times. So every now and then it is up to us, the cats and the kitties of the world, to ensure that this chaos does not reign free, that the world does not become pure chaos. There's some mention of these rituals, a burning in fire, a binding, impaling, and there was spitting upon, and a slashing open. I believe that was 5, right?
Hildy only heard spitting and slashing.
There's fire burning, binding, impaling, spitting upon, and slashing.
Ooh, impaling.
Yes. Impaling, yes.
Yep, that's 5.
You do not know exactly what these are in context to, but you do know that it's a ritual that has been performed in the past. Something that usually meant for the food bringers to do. This is not the realm of kitties. It is hard for us to impale. It is hard for us to slash. Not super hard, but we do not have the shiny weapons, shiny tools that the food bringers have.
Goodness.
So, you're all in darkness. Could you all roll, actually, yeah, you don't have to roll. You can just, if you inspect, you will realize that you are in what feels like something small. It might be familiar to you, especially to Anastasia, Chester, and Hildy. If your food bringer has ever taken you when you've been sick, you've been sometimes stayed overnight in one of these enclosures. You hate them.
No. I've literally cut my face trying to get out of it.
Exactly. These are the worst places to be. There's no room. All you can do is lick yourself and sleep, which is great most of the time, but not when you're stuck here.
Possible wants to see if you can try and squeeze through the bars, since he's mostly fluff.
If you give me an athletics, it has to be an extreme success.
Okay.
Wait, is it athletics
I don't
or?
think there's athletics.
Sorry, what do you guys have?
I have
Give me
climb and jump.
Give me a nimbleness with an extreme success.
Cool.
Not quite.
How much luck would I need to spend to make that an extreme success? Just the one?
You need 1 luck.
I'll spend the 1 luck then.
All right. So you squeeze through. Now roll me another nimbleness. 69.
I'm gonna let that one be a fail. Great
Yeah.
number.
You didn't realize how high up you are, and you tumble down. Let's see. Let's take 1 point of damage. Oof, that's rough for Kitty. What would the rest of you like to do? You hear possible clamber down. He's quite possibly even yelling on the floor. Anastasia?
Anastasia's just gonna yowl to try to get a food bringer to come.
All right. If you'd roll me for a yowl. Yeah, they haven't brought you any water lately. Your throat's a little too dry. You can't quite get the yowl out. In fact, on 100. You can't verbally communicate at all.
Start just kind of freaking out inside the case.
Sure.
Carrier.
How about Chester or Hildy? Are you guys going to do anything?
I would also like to yowl, but I would like to yowl. My original goal was to yowl louder than Anastasia, but I guess I'm just going to be yowling loudly now.
Sure. 79. Oof, not quite. Just the kitties in the room can hear you.
Disappointing.
Hildy will not be yowling. She might make us a gentle mew, but it's more in rage/terror than anything else. She'll be throwing herself at the bars and trying to eat them. It's not rational, but from experience, I know this is exactly what Hildy would do.
Let's leave that right there. Let's see. Anastasia. Can you roll me a intelligence? Edie, would you like to spend any luck to make that a success?
Do I need to spend 1 or 2?
5 luck.
Oh, 5 luck. Oh, okay. Yeah, I will do that.
On success, you have the skill. What was it? Open doors.
Yes.
You remember from your trips before, seeing that there's a lever on these cages. You know how to open this cage.
Okay, I got this, man. She reaches out and it's a little awkward for her, but she gets her paw to angle
Could
around.
you roll me a nimbleness, please?
Absolutely.
And you do. So would you like to jump down?
If I can see the floor, yeah.
Yes, you can. So as Anastasia and Possible tumble out, you activate the motion sensors in the room, and you can now see that everyone is indeed in cages. We're all about 3 cages up. If you wanted to help everyone else out, Anastasia, you could possibly climb up and open the cages for them.
Sure. I'll try talking again if I, not yowling, but just talking.
Sure, roll me a luck.
Okay.
Right. So you've calming down, you've been able to regain your composure, and you can start verbally communicating again.
I know how to escape these things. You need to reach your paw out, and there's a latch on the outside. What's that? Where that square block is? But I'm coming to help.
I can go on forever.
Possible is just laying on the ground after having fallen and goes, "Ow, that hurt."
Oh, you're
And
injured.
is there.
Well, head over and give a look over. The downed friend. Make sure they're okay.
If you would like to, let's see, do you have that?
There's medicine
Yes.
or healing.
Yes, if you would like to try and lick his wounds, you could do that.
Sure.
Not quite. You could attempt yourself as well, possible.
Sure. I think that Possible 100% knows that he's not very injured, but he's just overplaying it.
Yes, but it's such a small injury that there's nothing you can really do to heal it, really. Are Chester and Hildy going to try to open the cage up themselves, or are you going to wait for Anastasia to try and climb up and help you?
No, I'll try to open it myself at this point.
All right, if you're going to open up yourselves, you can all do a nimbleness check.
Very bad. Well, that's how the dice roll.
Anastasia, you see Chester try and just not understand this mechanism. You could attempt to climb up there and help him.
Yeah, I'll do that. And while she's climbing, while she's failing to climb, it's okay. It's very difficult to do from the inside, but yeah, just hook back like you're trying to keep the mouse from escaping you, and then you just up and down like you're starting your paw higher and then going lower.
What does Hildy do?
Hildy is still biting the bars, pulling at them. Her face is now bleeding a little bit.
As this happens, the door to the room opens up, and you notice one of the food bringers. Anyone who's been here before would have recognized him. The one who normally, takes you in, takes you out, brings your food and your water. Something seems a little off. Could everyone who's looking at them, roll a spot hidden.
Can I try and roll cuteness just to be as cute as possible? Because Possible is just laying on the ground looking pathetic.
Oh yeah, you can definitely roll that.
Okay. It's not letting me roll cuteness for whatever reason.
Let me see.
Giving me a syntax error.
Sometimes I think the number seems to go away. If you can just re-input the number, if you remember what it was.
Nope, still getting the error.
Really?
I know what the number is. Should I just roll something else?
Do you know what the number is?
The number was 80.
80. Huh. Yeah, just roll a 1d100. $76. Okay, so yes, you are super cute. You're sitting there. What does Possible look like when he's being cute?
Possible is just laying there, having his paws up around his head, and he just gives the most pitiful meow, meow.
And who passed their spot hiddens? It's everybody but Hildy. Did you want to spend any luck for that, Hildy, or nope? For those of you who passed, you'll notice that the food bringer doesn't seem to be paying attention to anything. It doesn't see Possible on the ground being cute. It's just going to every cage, opening it up, putting something in, but you can see that there's nothing in its hands, and closing it. And it's doing this for every single cage. Let's see. Who got on a hard success? Anastasia, you noticed something weird with this food bringer's leg. It seems to be a darkness around the ankle, almost like that shadowy liquid that you saw in the dream world.
I'm going to go and try to slash at their leg. that a scratch?
Yes. On a 12, you hit. Okay, it does nothing. The food bringer looks down at you and attempts to pick you up. Actually, do you let it?
No, I want to try to get away.
And roll a dodge, please. You dodge away, and the food bringer doesn't notice. Continues to look like it's picking you up. It opens up a cage and puts, again, nothing into it. Then it continues going along down the aisles, opening each cage, putting nothing into it, and closing them. Eventually, it comes up to Hildy and Chester's cage. What do you attempt to do? So the food bringer opens your cage, puts nothing into it, and closes your cage again.
When the hand comes in, claws, teeth, everything attached to it.
Why you? Could you roll a grapple for me?
Grapple, grapple, grapple.
Should be in the fighting section.
Fighting section. Oh, I see it.
39. Do you want to spend luck to make that a success?
No. I'll just scratch him up a little bit. No damage, just,
So you scratch up and bite at the food bringer, but it takes no notice, closes the cage door, and continues on to Chester.
Okay, I want to see if I can squeeze out when the door opens.
Okay. If you could roll... Let's do a nimbleness for that.
Wow, very bad.
Mm.
Okay, nothing.
Right. So as you try to do it, the food bringer closes the door on you, but you manage to get halfway out, so you're still able to slip out. You do take 1 point of damage for that. So all that's left is Hildy. Hildy is still stuck in this cage.
How high up is this cage?
You'd have to climb up there and...
Sorry.
It'll be okay. I'm on the way. Try to climb again.
Mm-hmm. He's do another climb.
Crackers.
Anyone else can attempt this if they would like.
I think that possible once he's done being very pathetic, he will get up and go ahead and try. Never mind. I guess we'll just leave Hildy in here for the rest of the adventure, guys.
Okay, so Wilde, I've got the leap talent, or the leap trick. Do you think I can manage to leap up to Hildy's level without a roll?
Yes, you'd have to roll me a nimbleness to see if you can knock the cage open.
Let's see if I can do that. I do like the idea of knocking the cage over. That sounds good. Yes.
And you do. So you manage to jump up with all the finesse that a cat jumps and hit the latch with your leg, and it just swings open. Hildy.
Hildy will burst out of the cage, launching herself across the room without any thought for falling. Like, she's not being careful, she just wants to get out of the cage. So she's gonna, like, jump as far as she can out of the cage.
Roll a nimbleness to see if you can actually land like a cat.
From personal experience, no, she cannot, but we'll see how this goes. No, she cannot.
You launch yourself so far that you launch into the cages across the way, and you take 1 point of damage.
I like that most of us have already been hurt, and we're not even past the tutorial room.
Yes, it's quite interesting, honestly. Oh my.
Aniksta has donated £10 to gift you a complication, cat herder.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what? I'm going to take a bean for that 40 donation earlier as well. I feel like I should. I feel bad not taking a bean.
Is it bean time?
It is bean time. I'm going to take one of the black ones.
I'll take one of the... This one is supposed to be stink bug or marshmallow.
Skunk spray or licorice?
I don't know why I always get the sweet ones. That was definitely marshmallow.
No, that's actually skunk spray. That's awful. Oh god, I'm gonna have to get a beer in a minute. This is not nice.
Okay, so as Hildy launches herself across and hurts herself, the food bringer has gone over to the other end, and they're now about to leave the room. So you can all run between its legs as it opens the door. So I'm guessing you're all leaving the room, I'm guessing.
Definitely.
So everyone roll me a scent the second you leave.
All I can smell right now is skunk spray.
Let's see. It's possible. So everyone passes?
Chester got a hard success.
Chester.
Yeah, I think Possible is doing pretty good too.
Yeah.
Also
You
got
all.
an extreme success.
Oh!
Ooh.
So you've already learned the whole system.
I'm guessing so.
It's a really easy system.
You know that the smell in the air is blood. Possible. And you know it's coming down. If you make a left into down one of the other aisles, you know there's a strong scent of blood coming from that direction.
Is it like a mouse? Or is it like something else?
That you don't know. You could go and inspect it.
Yeah.
But
Normally blood means food.
Okay. Everyone also notices that the front door to the veterinarian's office is open. It's just propped open, like without a care in the world. In the front office, there are papers strewn about, pens around the ground, trays, metal trays, equipment, everything is strewn about. But it's still eerily silent. And possibly you're going to check out the scent?
Yeah, Possible stops and looks at everyone and says, I smell something from that way. I'm going to check it out because I'm hungry. And there might be food. And he starts stomping on over that way.
Okay, food would be good. I think we might be in the middle of a prophecy. And kind of trot up along.
I don't know what that is.
That's a food bringer thing, and it's like when the people in charge of all of the stuff, they know something's gonna happen in the future. But it's not like they don't have it all. It's kind of vague, and they don't really say everything spelled out. I think we're doing that because did you talk to the old wise cat too? I remember.
She just kind of talked at me. I didn't really do much talking.
Yeah. She talked to me, told stories that I'd never seen on the television before. So they were new and cool. And I remember telling them about how like the burning, they need the food bringers have stopped doing a thing, a ceremony that they're supposed to do. They haven't done it for ages, and it's gonna come to us, the four of us, I think, actually, to do it. It's not gonna be fun, and some of the stuff we can't do, like we're gonna have to like burn stuff and bind them and impale them, and well, spinning on them. I think I can handle if I got some water and slashing, and flexes has her schnicks her claws and which I think I have covered. Hopefully none of you are declawed, and we can all do the slashing part, I guess.
Okay, but there's still food here. Can we get that first and then worry about the prophecy?
Yeah, very good. You can't save the universe when you're hungry. So,
Yeah.
food first.
I would like a treat.
Treats are
Great.
good.
So is everyone following possible towards the scent?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. So as you travel down, you make a right down the hallway, and you notice the first door on the left. It's open, but that's where the strong scent is coming from. As you enter the room, you notice Anastasia, Hildy, and Chester would know that this is the one who makes you feel better. But something is quite wrong. It's laying on the ground. It's holding a metal tray. The body is bloated and yellow. There's a wound coming from its leg. It's seeping out blood. And also the shadowy black liquid seems to be emanating from him. Everyone roll me a sentience, please. Okay, so everybody passes. Right. So this body looks very bad. You could attempt to take a nibble, but you could assume that this just might make you sick. More than sick, even.
I don't think this is food.
Oh.
Let's just
Huh.
bat it around a bit then.
Roll me a scratch. $61. You just tear at the clothing a bit. You don't actually do anything to the body.
Can I look for some treats, please?
Sure. You will see some cupboards in the back of the room that you could possibly open.
Okay. Possible's gonna go for those treats that might be there.
All right. Let's roll me a nimbleness to see if you can. Would that be nimbleness? Yeah. See if you can open this up.
Nope.
No.
Possible looks at this cabinet and says, "My old nemesis. You've won this round," and hops off the counter and begins making his way out of the room.
Would you want to open the cabinet door for him, Anastasia, or would you just want to keep going?
Get up on the counter. These are really quite simple devices to defeat. I watched the humans do it, and we'll attempt to open the cabinet.
You don't have to roll for it because you know how to open doors. That is your trick. And here comes our complication. As you open this door, out flies a couple little bugs. They're not like any bugs you've seen before. They're shiny. They're very much shadowy, but they look sharp for some reason.
But they're shiny.
They are indeed shiny.
Hildy's eyes are great big pools of blackness. She looks so excited.
The Anastasia, could you roll me a dodge? 66. All right. This bug flies past you. Now, Possible is the next one. Actually, let's have everybody roll me a dodge. Let's see what happens.
Can I try and eat it instead?
Yeah, you can try and attack it.
Nope.
Okay, so, and now roll me a dodge after that attack.
Sure.
Okay. So there's more than one of these things
What?
coming out.
Why don't you use one of the rerolls we've got? We've got a pool of rerolls. Use one of those.
You can use a reroll.
Sure. I'll use a reroll for the dodge.
Dice have spoken.
The dice have.
Oh, that's actually not bad, right?
Did you roll a dodge, Hildy? Or did you want to attack?
Hey, man, that is a success.
It is a success. Barely.
Mother of pearl. Hildy will 100% be attacking. I've seen Hildy throw herself out of a window before attacking bugs. So
Alright.
she'll be diving across the room attacking.
All right.
I love the way that you've created this game as just a segue for us to tell stories about our cats. It's great.
So, did you do an attack roll, please? You're swiping at it, I'm guessing?
I think I'm going to be trying to grapple. I'm not very good at grappling, but that doesn't stop me from trying.
Do you want to spend some luck to grapple it?
I think I will. I think I'll spend 8 luck to try and grapple this thing.
Okay. So as you grapple this one bug, what happens when you grapple it? When you attack a bug, what do? How does that look?
I get it and I pour it to the ground, and then I put both paws on it.
Great.
And then a couple of
As you
seconds
put-
later, I'll check it's still there, and when it moves, I'll like grab it again.
As it moves a second time, you hear a squish. When you remove your paws, it's just a stain of inky black shadow. Now, Han, you failed your dodge roll, right?
I did. I super did.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's re-roll that. Oh, nope. There's this one other bug that's flying around. It seems to be trying to attack Han. You see these tendrils seem to whip out of it and start trying to attach to Han's head, to Chester's head. How do you guys want to do? Are you all going to start attacking this bug, or are you going to?
I will pounce on it and Chester.
All right, let's do a nimbleness and an attack.
Whoops, I did a nimbleness. I meant to do an attack. I'm still trying to grapple. Oh boy.
So the last one's a nimbleness,
No, the last one was the attack.
and the first one was the grapple.
The first one was a mistake. That was me rolling nimbleness by on accident.
Well, you were supposed to roll both.
Oh, okay. So yeah, the first one was nimbleness, the second one was an attack then, sorry.
Right. So you failed your nimbleness. You missed the bug, but you tackle Han or Chester. So when you grapple, do you automatically start biting, or do you automatically start scratching? What do you do?
No, I just try and pin Chester them.
Yes. So Chester is pinned. It just does not want to do anything. So this bug is still flying around. It's still attacking Chester, and Hildy is there pinning Chester.
I've forgotten there's a bug now. Chester made a noise. This is more fun.
Will Anastasia and Possible do anything?
Yeah, I'll try to attack the bug.
Sure. So just roll your attack rolls if anyone who's attacking.
I'll attack 2. Nope. We cannot kill this bug.
Oh. Let's see if you can do this. It's a bug. There we go. So as everyone attacks, you can see the bug constantly going for Chester's head. And once it succeeds, Chester, you can feel this bug taking over your mind. Could you roll me a sentience, please?
Now you look a little like a dog.
$57. You lose 1 point of sentience as you're able to fight back just barely. Just barely. So, but the bug is kind of hovering in the air, slowly lowering itself down to Hans. If anyone else would like to attack it at this point, now you could be a great time.
If it's on Chester and I'm on Chester, I'll definitely try and attack it. But as I leave Chester, there's going to be that big stain fly. I'm going to leave it on him.
Okay.
It's okay, I'm already black and white.
Definitely on one of the white bits.
Right, so
None of us can hit this bug.
I'll spend another
Anastasia.
8 luck to do. I'll spend another 8 luck to do it.
Anastasia hit it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Okay, good.
So Anastasia, how do you do this? Do you run over and swipe? Do you jump or?
I see that it keeps going for Chester's head, so I wait, kind of like trying to position myself with Chester's head in between me and the bug, and when it goes in to get it, one time I pounce as it flies past his head and just tear both claws into it.
Yeah, and as you pounce, you catch the bug in your claws, ripping the tendril away from Chester's head and instantly smashing it when you land. But now you have a cabinet open full of treats. At least there's that.
I've never seen those things before, but it looks like we have treats.
Possible's already just like munching.
I feel like I could use a treat.
Anastasia walks over and paws through till she finds a flavor that she really likes, and then focuses on those.
Great. So as you are eating, you feel like you've been here for quite a while. But you do hear this. If you listen carefully, could everyone roll a hearing check for me? Right. So, Hans and Hildy, you both hear this noise coming from another room further back. Is this something you want to inspect, or is this something you want to run away from? It definitely sounds ominous, and it definitely sounds like something that doesn't want you close by.
I'm going to go, but I'm going to sneak.
Okay.
Hildy will just get low. She's not going to actively move towards it, but if it comes her way, she'll be ready to pounce. It's like her go-to thing.
All right.
Possible didn't hear it, so he's still munching until he gets the hint.
So, as you walk out into the room further down the hallway, could you both of you do me a spot hidden, please? Right. Okay then. Let's see. How do we want to do this? Nope. So as you're walking up towards the door, you don't quite see it, but you know that something from the shadows tried to take a bite out of both of you. You don't know what, but it is definitely there, and it's definitely trying to attack you. Do you want to proceed further?
I continue to try and lay low. Ready.
All right.
Yeah, we got to keep going.
Okay. So as you do this, the further you get into the room and you look into the shadows, you see a pair of eyes staring at you. And Chester, it bites you. Okay, this is... You take 1 point of damage as this obvious snake launches into your leg. You will notice that the wound you have is roughly similar to the wound that you saw on the doctor and the other food bringer.
Okay.
But now both you and Hildy know where it is.
So I've got to scratch at it now.
Okay.
Wow, I'm very bad at dice today.
And Hildy?
I will also dive on it. Aha!
Ooh. All right, so you definitely grapple this. You manage to jump onto the snake. You land with your paw on top of its head, and you are free to attack it however you'd like.
Since it's grappled, can I rip it?
Yes. And you rip into it, the back leg slicing down the belly of the snake. Its blood and its intestines seem to flying all over you. You now have yourself a dead snake.
I'm going to hold it in my mouth.
And you can proceed with your trophy down to the rest of the party if you would like. So, as you all join up together, you can either keep exploring or you can leave the veterinary's office at this point.
Is there anything that could help with like impaling or binding or burning fire that I see?
You notice a bunch of pens scattered along the ground. And that's about it for impaling at this moment.
Sure. She'll grab some pens and stock it up on these because I think we could use them for part of the impaling part of the ceremony.
You can each carry at most one, but while you're carrying it, you can't bite anything.
Hildy's going to approach Anastasia, who they see as current leader, I think, and drop the snake in front of them.
That's very impressive to take down one of their number like that. You did great. It's good to have you on the team.
Possible picks up a pen and carries it in his mouth, but he's a tiny little kitty, so it's huge.
All right. And what does Chester do?
I don't think Chester's going to pick up a pen. I think he's just going to stand there and stretch out like this and play off the fact that he's now been wounded twice. Limp a little bit.
So I'm assuming that you will all start to leave the office now.
Noticing that he's injured me, like, are you doing okay? Did you get wounded in the battle with the snake?
I got bitten by the snake. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Well, okay then. Glad you're okay.
All right, so as you all leave the office, you walk outside and you notice that the streets are
Your microphone cut out.
Oh, we lost your mic.
Nope. Oh, for a second I thought you'd frozen. I thought we'd lost you altogether. No dice.
How about now?
Yeah!
Yeah, my kitty's causing mayhem too. Right, so as you walk out and you all look around, you'll notice that the streets are very empty. And if you look up into the sky, you will see that there's a solar eclipse happening. If anyone wants to roll human lore, go ahead. See if you know anything about this. Otherwise, we'll just keep on going.
Hildy's not fussed about it. Meh.
Okay, so yeah, there's this solar eclipse going on, and if you look into the horizon, you will notice that a certain area seems to have a lot of shadow and darkness. You can assume that that's probably where you need to go. Hildy, Anastasia, and Chester, you will know that along this path you could easily get to your houses if you wanted. Or you can also, and what was it? I'm sorry. What was your name? Possible. You will know that an alley where you've seen the old wise cat hang around is also along the way. So, where would you guys like to go?
I think we should head to the. That looks like the source over there, the unpleasant darkness spot.
Sounds good to me.
Hildy likes darkness. She's not sure what people are talking about with the unpleasantness, but darkness, you can't really see her at all. So she will be more than happy to go towards the unpleasant darkness.
All right. So as you're walking towards
Muted
this,
Chester.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm fine with that. That sounds good.
okay. So as you were going towards this, Possible, you're a curious cat, aren't you?
I'm a very curious kitty.
You know that along one of these houses is that odd, friendly dog that's around. You know, it's one of the few dogs that's actually friendly to cats.
Mm-hmm.
He's your friend. He's everybody's friend.
Mm-hmm.
You should probably go check up on how he's doing.
Of course. I'm gonna go check up on him. I'm just gonna split off from the group. Be like, boop, ba-doop, ba-doop, and just go say hi.
Yeah. So you all see this.
Excuse me. I think it's been. I think all of us need to be together. Where are you going?
There's a dog who lives near here. His name is Woof, and I'm going to go say hi and make sure he's okay.
But okay.
He's a friend. He's friends with everyone.
I mean, another
Besides,
friend.
Yes, we need 5 people for the ritual, or at least 5 things for the ritual. So
That's
why
true,
don't we
there
get
are
a
5
fifth
spots.
person?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's go find. What was their name again?
Woof.
Woof. Let's go find Woof.
Then he just starts waddling on.
Does anybody else choose to follow them? Is everybody following, or?
Sure. Sure.
All right. So as you guys come upon Wolf's house, you notice the gates open. Possible as you go in, you see that Wolf is just in the yard. He's digging a hole.
I am going to run between Wolf's legs and then just like run around him.
Great. Could you do a spot hidden for me?
Sure. Nope.
Okay. So what's going on is as you're running around, Wolf isn't really paying attention to you. He's just digging this hole. You might incidentally bump up to him every now and then. He'll look up and he'll look at you and he'll, non-verbally, he'll be like, I caught it. I actually caught it. As you look into...
What did you catch?
I've been running around in circles forever. I don't have to run in circles anymore.
I'm gonna look in the hole.
Yes, in the hole you see his tail. I finally caught it, and it's mine. I need you to roll sentience for me, if possible.
Nope.
91. Ooh.
That is a hard nope right there.
Let's do that one. Oh. You lose 3 sentience. And this scares you immensely. You back away. What happens to you when you're scared about something?
Possible just like shrinks into himself and like slowly backs away. And he's like releasing a little mule that's like pained and sad. Yeah, he's just making himself very small.
As you're backing away, you notice some shadows start to leap up from the hole.
Possible looks even more afraid.
Has anyone else gone to inspect the hole?
Yeah, I think Anastasia would have.
Anyone who does would have to roll me a sentience, please.
I think Hildy would actually be a little bit cautious. She would stay back with a flicky tail.
Mm-hmm. Anastasia, you...
I love the cat beard, I'm sorry!
Yes, the cat beard. Anastasia, you lose 1 point of sentience because this is a rough sight.
Oh gosh. It says, oh, and she'll like dry heave and then skitter back when the things start coming up.
Okay, so now I want to look.
3. Wow.
That's my only good roll today.
For some reason, all the rituals and all the TV that you watch with your master, you guys watch a lot of Animal Planet. You've seen some bad stuff happen.
Also, Chester doesn't have a tail.
And Chester doesn't have a tail. So as far as you're concerned, hey, that just made him better.
Did you start with a tail?
No, I'm a Manx cat.
Okay, good. What with the dog thing? I thought I had to check, you know.
Right. Did Hildy knock my tail off? It's possible.
So as you're all looking in, you see this shadow start to come up from the hole. You notice the tail start to writher out of the hole towards Wolf. And then the shadow starts to engulf Wolf. And Wolf starts to change. His fur stops looking like fur. It starts to flatten out. And he also he starts looking sharp like the bug did.
I think we should go.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like a good plan.
So as you do this, you see the tail connect to Wolf's tongue. So you see this sharp, not quite dog with a really long tongue turn around at you all. You all roll a sentience for me.
I am so sentient right now.
Oof. Anastasia, you lose 5 points of sentience.
I'm rolling sentience, correct, for
Yes.
him transforming.
Yes, you are.
Extreme success.
Right. So Chester only loses 1. The rest of you are so freaked out by what's already happened that this doesn't even faze you anymore. Anastasia, could you roll a 1d10 for me? On a 6, you do not react how you expect to react. In fact, you freeze in place. You are so stunned by what you see that you can't move. So as this dog looks at you, what do you guys choose to do?
Run.
I think we should run. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it look
Maybe-
tasty? Important
Tell me.
question.
It's all up to Hildy.
I'm extremely sentient. So would I maybe then think that it does not look tasty?
You wouldn't necessarily think it looks tasty, but you could think it... It's just like staring down a large animal, you know?
I love chasing large animals.
I mean, this is just a very extremely menacing, extremely dangerous looking large animal.
Is anyone looking at Hildy?
Possible would be, because we're all sort of around the same area right now.
Would you look away from Hildy at any time?
Yes.
When you look away and look back, Hildy is no longer there. What is close by, cat herder, that is tall?
There's the tree in the yard.
I was always up here. If the cat could conceivably reach a particular height, the player can simply declare that the cat is on top of it, with no climb roll or time spent in climbing. The trick is only effective if no one, cat or human, is watching the character. From the top of the tree, I would like to jump on the dog.
Yes. But before that, what happens? Oh, let me check real quick. Because Anastasia is frozen. This dog knows that you're frozen. Alright, let's go with that. Oh. So this dog's tongue whips out at Anastasia and passes right through her. But as it passes through, in your mind, all you can see is darkness, chaos. It's a quick flash. It's the food bringers attacking each other. It's cats attacking each other, eating each other. Everything is pure chaos. You know, there's limbs strewn about.
Just like that.
Limbs strewn about. And your food giver also is just in pain, wailing about. Just a quick flash. And you lose 2 points of sentience. Now, Hildy, how would you like to attack the dog?
I guess it would be like scratch or bite, like it's death from above, you know?
Sure.
I will spend 31 luck to make that a hard success.
11 luck. Oh, a hard success.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you biting dog or?
I will do everything that you will let me do.
Okay. So let's roll a bite damage and a rip damage. How about that?
I like this. Take 7 damage, dog.
Right. So as you jump down from the tree, you bite down onto the back of its neck, and with your hind legs, you just scratch it as hard as you can, and the dog yells out a yelp. But that amount of damage seems to be just enough. The shadow seems to recede. The dog's fur seems to come back, and Wolf passes out with its tail next to its mouth, laying on the ground, panting heavily, severely injured.
Hildy will take one of the paws in her mouth and try and drag the dog as her prize.
Roll a strength. Yeah, the dog won't budge.
It doesn't stop her trying.
So how would you all like to proceed?
Possible's running.
Am I unfrozen now?
Yes.
Okay. That wasn't fun. Thank you, for your valentry there. That was, excellent. Should we go to the, dark spot now?
Yes.
Let's go.
As you were going, you pass by Chester's house. Chester, do you want to go into your house? The door's wide open.
I mean, if you're hungry, we could all go in here. I probably have chili dogs, Doritos.
I'm still full from all the snacks.
Yes, that is a very lovely offer, but I think we should take care of some business.
Well, we could just, watch some TV and relax. I mean,
That does sound good. I've missed a couple stories, but we should go on.
all right. That's fine.
And as you go on, you notice something's coming up the street towards you. It looks almost like a really cold day when, you know how you see the fog just rolling in? Only this fog looks liquidy and dark and shadowy. And it's coming by pretty fast. You know that you can't run from it. It's engulfing the whole street. As it gets closer, you see it's rats and mice. It's enough to blanket the whole street. And they're all running towards you. They've got this panicked look in your eye. Like if any of you have ever chased a rat before and you managed to corner it, that look that it gives you right before you're about to do your final attack, that's how they all look with the running.
Tonight we dine in hell. And charge in to attack.
Everyone roll a sentience.
Is it because of the joke? It's the joke we're rolling against.
No, not quite.
It's pun damage.
Okay. Possible. You're a young kitty. You ready for battle. You've never quite experienced battle before. You take 1 point of sentience damage.
No.
But as this rat wave gets closer and closer to you, the rats don't attack. They keep running. They run through you, past you, over you. They jump on top of you, but they keep running. Do you guys choose to do anything as they're coming past? So there's like, it's almost like the floor is made of rats now. They are everywhere.
I would attack the first one or two until I realize that they're not we're not meeting in pitched battle, which is what I'm presuming.
Okay.
So.
You manage to knock one or two out of the air. They fly back and then immediately get up and start running again. Whatever they're running from, they are more scared of it than they are of you.
I would like to run across the wave. You said it's a floor of rats. I'd like to just hop up and just run on top of them.
Yeah, you can do that. Are you trying to get to any particular side of the street or anything? Or
No, he's just trying to get to the other side of this rat wave because he knows that they're afraid of something. So he's interested in what's bigger than the rats, like why they aren't running from him.
Okay, how about Chester?
Because he's a big kitty.
I think Possible's got a good idea there. I think I'm going to do the same thing and try to run across the rat wave.
And Hildy?
Hildy's kind of, there's lots of things moving around, so she'll bat at some and bite at some, but it's really kind of lazy. She's bitten and scratched a lot of things, and she's getting bored. These aren't a big dog, so it's...
Right. So Anastasia and Hildy are kind of just waiting for this wave to receive. When Possible and Chester, you start leaping across the rats. They seem to be unfazed. They'll maybe fall prone as you land on top of them, but they'll keep on going until, let's see, here it is. Okay. So something reaches up and scratches you. Possible.
Something gives me a scritch?
Yes.
Oh, I love scritches.
Let's take no damage from this. But as the rat wave recedes, you notice there are 4 rats there still. But are they really rats? They look like rats, but their faces look like they're food bringers. The front legs are very long. It's almost like they have hands, but they're definitely the size of rats, though. But no, these definitely are not rats. Everyone needs to roll me a sentience. Okay.
Oh, the dice hate us so far.
I'm doing just fine, thank you.
Everyone who succeeded, take 1 point of sentience damage. Ooh. Possible. You take 9 points of sentient damage. Could you also roll me a 1d10?
Wild, your cat is purring right into the mic.
You want to be a star.
4. On a 4, you've never seen anything like this. This is more than anything that you've been able to experience in your young kitty life. Oh, you are so scared. You start to run away. How does it look when you run?
Possible just turns tail and sprints with his tail between his legs, like as fast as he can.
Yes. And as you do, one of these rat creature things runs up to you and tries to attack you. He's going to... not quite. So it's nipping at your heel. You all see this happening. Do you all want to run with Percival away from these things, or are you going to try and attack them?
I think Percival's more of a thing to attack than the rat, so I would chase Percival, though probably not for the reason you might think.
Okay.
I'll go after Possible.
Right.
I'm not fighting these rats by myself. I'm definitely leaving.
So everybody is running away. But the rats, these rat things, they don't give chase. You see them slowly walk in the same direction you were going, almost as if trying to corral you in that direction. But they stay their distance. Eventually you can't even see them anymore. And you come across an alleyway. Possible, you know, this is where that you've seen the old wise cat hang out before. In fact, you hear yowling coming from inside.
This is where the old bat lives. Should we see what she knows?
Sure. I mean, hopefully she has more information and isn't a little bit of nightmare fuel like the dog.
I think Wolf is going through some stuff.
I think so too.
Hildy will pounce on Percival.
Ow, 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 ow. Please don't eat me, I'm tiny.
Yes, Hildy makes that noise.
Oswald just starts, like, patting you with his paw.
Hildy will let you up.
As you enter the alleyway, you hear, who goes there?
It's possible.
It is the chosen ones trying to defeat the evil darkness.
Yes. And you see the old wise cat step out of the shadows.
Do you still have your tail?
My tail, yes. But you all notice that she is severely injured. Several scratches, several bites. Some lacerations. There's one across her belly.
I'd like to go and try to help her heal.
Yeah. Could roll a healing roll, please.
Do we still have the reroll? And
We do have a reroll, yes.
do you mind if I use it here?
By all means. Wilde, you also still have a reroll.
Right.
I'm going to spend if I spend how much to get a better than just good success? It was 6.
You could spend the 1 luck, and I'll just give it to you.
1's for a normal success, 16 for a hard success.
I'll just do the 1.
Yeah, I mean, because Old Wise Cat she's pretty far gone. Anything you can do at most would just help her not pass out.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay.
You can ease her pain.
Yeah.
She's like, thank you. I appreciate the help. But yes, I don't understand how you managed to not join in from the beginning, but luckily you have. As you can see, the food bringers have not been doing their job. It is now
No,
up to-
they haven't.
No.
Right.
It is now up to us to stop Apophis. He wants to bring the world into chaos. Engulf this world in darkness. As you can see, he's already started. The sun is being swallowed up as we know it. Have you encountered any of these slithery beasts that he has managed to?
Yes, we have. We encountered some food bringers and a dog who had eaten his own tail or bit his own tail off. And there was a snake that my friend here, and motions to Hildy, that my friend here took care of. Actually took care of the big dog too. Very, doesn't say much, but very scrappy fighter. And then on the street there was just a whole bunch of rat-sized food bringer things. I'm not sure. It's all very weird.
Yes.
Thank you very much to Mackenzie, who donates £40 to the GoFundMe. That'll be 2 beans that I'm gonna go ham on. And also, Mackenzie, you get the armor is available to you if you would like to approach Crusade's Warlord. They will make you some armor. God damn it, I know that one's potentially vomit. Fortunately, I have a beer this time. Thank you very much.
I think this one is potentially barf or dead fish.
The other one is... What is
Those
the other one?
options are bad.
That one is peach.
Possibly stink bug or toasted marshmallow, I think. And the other one is either barf or peach.
This one is stink bug or marshmallow.
I think that's an unpleasant combination of stink bug and peach.
Oh god. Yep. Just exactly what I got. Oh god.
Could have been worse. It could have been barf and stink bug, I guess. The
why
barf ones
that?
are so acidy. Like last time I did some, the acidity got me so bad.
Oh god, why is that a thing? The taste just lingers.
Yeah, the worst thing for me is mixing the peach with the stink bomb is almost like there's a sweetness to it that makes you want more, but it just makes you want to chunder at the same time.
Right. The old wise cat says, yes, that is the chaos taking over. No.
Well, how do we stop it?
The snake you encountered, how did you kill it?
Meow!
What she said.
Yes, you're obviously a brave warrior. But how did it die?
Ripped out its innards.
Good.
Made its
good.
innards outards.
That is one component of the ritual. You do not need to complete them all, but do as many as you can. Hopefully that will be all we need.
So we need to kill more snakes?
Unfortunately, yes. But they are swift and they dodge. And if they can overwhelm you, as you can see, the whole of us were no match for them.
Yes, we have pens for. We are hoping to use them for the impaling. We don't have to do all of the things. Do you know how many we have to do?
Just complete as many as you can.
Okay.
How do we burn?
Looks like we got a new friend.
I do not know the ways of the food bringers, but they always seem to have fire around.
Thank you so much, Jess, GoGJ, bringing the butts in for a raid. Thank you so much. We're doing a charity, well, not a charity stream. We're doing a fundraising stream for new equipment for me today. And Wilde is our brand new DM for Call of Cathulhu, as we are all cats.
Oh, cute little kitties. Yes.
And by the way, I know how to cause a fire. I like to knock a candle over when my owner is doing a tarot reading, and that always starts a fire.
But how do
So
you
we
like
could
it?
go-
Oh, I asked Sophie to light the fire. I mean, she'll do it. We should go by my house. She's probably doing a tarot reading right now, and I'll just knock that candle over onto a
A snake?
snake.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Yes, as you can see, I'm not long for this world. If I'm lucky,
Because
I can...
you're so old?
What?
Because you're so old?
No,
It's because of the injuries, kitten. Just shh and listen.
Oh, okay.
yes, but please, I am not long for this world. If I'm lucky, I will live the rest of my lives in the dream world. But please, if we can complete these rituals, perhaps we can prevent this chaos from engulfing all.
Yes, we'll do our best to save all of catkind and the feeders as well.
Yes, thank you. And with this, she turns around and slinks to be by herself.
Okay, so we got candles at Chester's house. Hopefully they're on fire. Then we can find a snake.
So which one of the 5 have we done?
I'm guessing slashing.
So we also need yarn.
Oh, that could be good for the binding one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone
Okay,
have yarn?
I think there's yarn in my human's crafting space.
Okay. So we're gonna go get a candle, we'll get yarn, and then we have a pen.
That should
And then we just
cover
spit.
most of them. Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. I'm ready.
All right. Go team. Let's do it.
So are you all heading off to Chester's house, or are you heading off to Anastasia's first?
We'll go to Chester's first. We know the door's open.
All right.
What did he do to himself?
I ran my finger through my hair and caused a slight laceration on the cut I opened up earlier. And I just did it again, but I didn't catch it this time. I'm fine. Everything's fine.
Alright.
Right. So you all head to Chester's house. The door's open.
Chester struts on in like he owns the place because he does.
Yes.
Possible is keeping himself low to the ground and going dun, 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 dun. Stealthing in.
If you all would like to sneak, you can all roll for that.
For a second, Natalie's green screen had me so convinced that her camera had stopped working.
I don't think I want to sneak. I think I just want to strut in like a big cat owner.
Okay.
I'm sure it's going to be a bad choice.
Hildy will just follow Chester. If there's no need to sneak, then there's no need to sneak. She'll be looking at the kitty like...
And possible you're just going to follow, or are you going to sneak?
Possible is sneaking. I rolled a 55.
Rolled it. Yes, you did. So possible, the biggest of the cats is also the sneakiest of the cats.
Possible's the smallest of the cats, because he's a kitty.
Oh, but you're a Maine Coon. So small for a Maine Coon is not small for a kitty.
Okay.
It's all the floof.
Is Anastasia going to sneak or just walk and strut in like they own the
I'll
place, like Chester?
sneak in.
Could you roll sneak for me, please? Right. So Possible and Anastasia are sneaking in. And Chester, you will notice that the house is very quiet. You don't hear the TV. You don't see the usual candles or the setup. But you do hear something upstairs in your food bringer's room.
Well, that's disappointing, but I will go up the stairs that way. That's my room too.
All right. And the door is open. I'm assuming Anastasia and Possible aren't entering because they're trying to not be noticed just in case.
I mean, I think I'll follow, but I'm not gonna like sprint into the room.
Right. Chester, as you nudge your way into the room, opening up the door, you do see the candles that you normally see. And you see your food bringer. What was their name again?
Sophie.
Sophie. You see Sophie there in the center of the room. And you see her petting her cat. Only it's not a cat. It's not a cat at all. It's snakes. She is surrounded by snakes. But she thinks they're cats. She's petting them like cats. Scooching them like cats. And she looks over and is like, Chester! Hey, Chester! I've brought you some new friends. Could you roll a sentience for me, Chester?
I will happily do that.
Right. So this doesn't faze you because Sophie's always been weird. Always been weird. But this is... Could you roll a spot hidden for me?
I think the thing is, Chester's really mad right now because those are his scritches and that's his person, and there's no need for stakes in all this.
53. On a 53, you will notice Sophie's bottle of oils that she uses on the dresser, and you will notice the candles around. So it's up to you. You can definitely launch, all of you, if you choose to tell everyone about it. They can help you launch these oils and knock over these candles, but...
Well, I'm really good at leaping up on top of things. That's what I do. And there's a bottle of oil and a whole bunch of candles, so... Okay. Those cats, those snakes are not cats. I'm going to go take care of this real quick. And I will leap up on this bottle of oil and knock it onto the candles.
As you knock this oil over, let's see. Roll me a luck.
It's always good. Here we go.
Oh, 53. You manage to knock these oils over in a way where you avoid Sophie. And these oils manage to go over this writhing mass of snakes that seem to be confused for a cat. And if you can roll a nimbleness to me to see if you can knock this candle over without blowing it out.
Well, let's see. Ooh, that's really bad. Can I spend a whole bunch of luck on that?
Yes, you can.
I will just take 26 off my luck. Done. Okay.
On a success, you knock this candle over, and the oils, they engulf in flames. The snakes start hissing in pain. And then Sophie's like, Chester, why? I brought you some new friends. And you see her, she grabs some pillows from her bed. She's trying to put out the flames. She's trying to stop you from burning these snakes. You all see this happening.
Whilst Chester has the whole burning thing covered, Hildy's going to try and pounce on another snake.
Okay.
Possible's gonna run in and try and stab with the pen.
That is what Anastasia will also attempt to do with her pen.
That'll be an extreme success on a grapple.
An extreme success on a grapple. You do grab this snake. You manage to grab it in all the parts that are not burning.
Can I try and stab that snake that's grabbed?
Yes, for impaling, let's see. That is not normal. To impale it, you have to grapple it first.
Okay.
Otherwise, it will dodge out of the way.
But can I impale one that's already been grappled? Because Hildy has one grappled.
So you can try. We can do, let's see. Let's do another nimbleness.
Nimbleness? Okay.
Yeah.
Aha! And I'm actually going to spend 6 luck points to make that an extreme success.
All right. So how does that look as you impale the snake?
I think that Hildy grapples onto the snake. Possible takes the pen in his mouth, slams part of it onto the ground so the point's sticking out, and then just jabs it right into the snake.
And then Hildy rips it anyway.
I don't know if that counts.
And you're a Maine Coon. You are strong.
Mm-hmm.
You stab the snake so hard that this pen is stuck in the carpet. The snake is trying to wriggle free, but it can't. And eventually it just stops moving. But Chester, Sophie is trying to stop you from burning the snakes.
So I would like to scratch her so that she will learn.
Okay.
Who is the real owner of this house?
I can confirm that is solid cat logic. Yep, that tracks.
Unless there's a point for me spending 3 points of luck to get an extreme success, I will just scratch her normally.
Okay. So you scratch her normally, and she turns around and says, Chester, what are you doing? What's going on? Why is my floor on fire? Oh God, why are there snakes in here? Oh God, Chester, what's going on? She runs to the kitchen. She's in a panic. She's trying to fill up a bucket with water. She wants to put out this fire.
Have we cooked our snakes yet?
Roll me a luck.
I think I just spent all those points. I'm sure. Let's go do that. Here we go.
I'd like to, while that's happening, I'd like to run into the kitchen and do the, maybe it won't be necessary, but do the furball trick.
Furball on...
To distract her from the fire.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, it distracts food bringers.
Yeah, as you do the furball, she goes, that's right on my foot. She grabs a paper towel and she wipes it off and runs over and she throws the water on the snakes. And as the water hits the fire, you notice that the snakes aren't moving anymore. They're all fairly blackened. Just as black and smoky as they've always wanted to be.
Possible is going to rip his pen out of the ground, spit it onto the floor, and say, "On to the next house," then pick it back up.
Indeed, yes. So Sophie is She's too distracted by the fire, by these dead snakes. You can comfort if you want, or you can just continue on.
We have other things to do right now. I will leave in a caddish way, tail in the air, butt showing as I leave the room.
Okay.
Little tiny tail.
So where are you headed to next?
Anastasia's house, because that's where the yarn is.
Yeah.
All right.
Tracks. Hilda, you'll follow along. So far, these people have led to many snakes and dogs to kill.
And then we just have the spit. That's the last one we have to get, is the spit.
So as you make it to Anastasia's house, it's your house, Anastasia. You know where everything is. The door's open. But your human is doing the same thing that the food bringer and the vet was doing. They're just walking around going through their motions.
Okay. Okay, guys. That's Emma. Well, that's whatever Emma might be right now. My food bringer. It looks like she's like just going through the motion stuff, like at the vet. So this way, guys, to the crafting stash, and goes to like a hall closet and opens it up, and it's just bursting with fabric and yarn and tape and just different cosplay and sewing and crafting and stuff materials.
Right. So you can grab that, but you will notice that there are no snakes around, not like the other houses. This time is empty. You can still smell them in the air, but there's none to be found.
I think it's kind of weird that, I mean, I'm happy that there aren't a bunch of snakes here, but that's kind of weird. I wonder why.
I can find snakes. I've got the best nose in the business. And I'm going to try and scent. Luckily, I have my curious feat. So increases my results by 1 success level.
All right. So on this,
and I'm actually gonna spend 2 luck points to make it a hard success.
All right, a hard success. On that, let's see. You can tell that the scent of the snakes is stronger outside where you just came from. It's very much diminishing inside this house.
The snakes are outside. If we grab some yarn, we can go get the snakes.
All right. Sounds good. And then takes a big old ball of yarn in her mouth and heads out to the door.
Possible is going to keep his pen, his trusty pen.
And Possible, as you all go outside, you can still smell the snakes, but you notice them coming from the darkness that you saw, from that area where it seems to be a cloud of darkness just over this one house.
The snakes are that way.
All right, onward to victory.
So you all just walk down to the house. All right, is anybody going to look at the cloud, or is anybody just running straight to the house, or are you guys going to inspect outside at all, or what's going to happen?
I'm running to the house unless I notice other people aren't.
Okay.
I'll tag.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody roll me dodge, please.
Bamboozled.
You can all, as you're all trying to run into the house, you feel something whiz by you, and you all manage to jump out of the way. When you see what hits the ground, it's a bird. As you look up into the sky around the houses, you see snakes on all the roofs looking into this cloud of birds. They're all just circling and flying, and some of them are heading towards you. They are heading towards you fast. They don't seem to care. Everyone roll a dodge.
Is there somewhere high up nearby?
You could attempt to run into a bush.
I mean, like the roof where the snakes are? Can I use I was always up here on the roof?
Oh no, these birds are all looking at you.
Okay. Worth a shot. What are we rolling again, sorry?
Dodge.
Dodge.
So as you're running towards the house, it's just...
I spent 11 luck to get mine to be a success.
an explosion of feathers around you. And you would hear the cracking of bones as they hit the pavement. Everyone roll a sentience for me.
Ooh.
Oof.
I'm about to break!
Do you have any more rerolls for that?
No, we used the last one. It's still on the screen, but that's because I'm lazy and didn't reroll. Unless you want to gift your reroll, Wilde, because you still have a reroll.
Sure, I'll be kind.
How benevolent is this DM? Or cat herder, sorry.
Thank you so much.
And this... Right. You lose 10 points of sentience.
Yep.
Let's see. What is your sentience at right now?
Currently at a 46.
46. Okay. Could you roll me a 1d10?
Sure.
You're so disturbed by what you've seen. You will always have problems using your litter box. Forever, permanently. You can never... You're always scared. Just something about it. It's just... Maybe it's the way it sounds like when you're pawing through it. Reminds you too much of the snakes.
Okay.
But yeah. So as you all dodge by these birds, you manage to make it inside the house. You come upon these snakes. They're all... What did I do? In a circle. There's a cobra snake on a chair looking at them all. Inside of the circle, you see a large constrictor snake and a lit bulb, a very warm bulb. It's a very hot bulb. And you see this constrictor start to swallow it. You can smell the flesh burn as it's eating it. Everyone roll a sentience for me, just one more time.
Ooh.
Right. 1d10. 2d6. As you lose 5 points of sentience, and let's say you are frozen, Percival. As you see this cobra looks at you, and it says to the group, "We must finish. Eat the sun. We must extinguish the lights." How do you all proceed?
We need the light. You bring it back.
Is pouncing on the snake viable?
If you to pounce on the cobra, you would have to get past the other snakes first.
Come on, Possible, we got this. And then I'm gonna try to bind one of them with the yarn.
I will need 2 of you to succeed on grapples to bind the snake.
Possible is first.
Yeah, I'll say, but I don't know that. So Possible, come on. It'll be like Star Wars. We'll go around the legs and well, it's not legs, but we'll run around it. Here, come. You go the opposite way, and then start into it before noticing Possible is not with her.
Hildy will push Possible over. And then help Anastasia.
Right, so roll your grapples, please.
Welp.
Right. So as you attempt to bind the snake, it slithers out, and it strikes at Hildy. Missing. But there's more than one snake around. Anastasia, Chester, and Possible. Let's see. Anastasia and Possible, you take 2 points of damage, 1 point of damage. How are you all looking?
I've only taken the 1 point.
Taken 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. At this point, as you're struck impossible, you come out of your senses.
Okay. Possible's like confused. He was just bitten, right?
Yes.
Possible is going to try and vomit up a hairball and then kick it into the snake's mouth.
All right. Let's see. To do that, you have. Let's go with wash. Roll me a wash to see if you can hack up a furball. If you can, and stew and nimbleness to see if you can kick it into the snake.
I don't have enough to make that a success. I do, but I don't want to use that much.
Well, there's a furball on the ground now. How are you all proceeding?
Oh, that could be the spitting upon them. Good thinking. And then I'll go and try to. And I'll say, round 2 of trying to get this thing down.
Focus on the binding. Me and Chester got the fur ball.
All right. And go for another round of Hildy's with me for binding the snake.
Yes.
Sure. 2 more grapples.
Extreme!
So close. Impossible?
Nimbleness, I'm assuming.
Yes. Is there anything you would like to be doing, Chester?
I'm going to wait to see how that turns out. So, can I pick up where Anastasia left off with the binding? Can I try to
Yes, you
get
can.
Hildy a hand? A claw? It's a grapple, right?
Yes.
Oh, very bad. Darn.
Impossible, was that your nimbleness?
Yep, that was my nimbleness.
Great. So you kick this furball right into the mouth of the snake. It starts gagging and choking, and it kind of just slithers off into a corner, trying to not deal with this anymore. But the cobra is like, forget them, just swallow the sun, remove the lights.
Possible looks at Anastasia. He talks a lot. We could probably put a furball in his mouth.
Welcome to the academy. Please take your seats.
You can do it. Make it so.
So as you see this is going on, you noticed the light bulb that the constrictor is slowly being engulfed. It's almost swallowed it whole. The rest of the snakes stopped paying attention to you. They're all just staring at the constrictor, eating this light bulb.
Yeah, make another attempt at finding a snake, I guess.
Sure. What would the rest of you like to do?
I'm gonna actually grab my pen and try and stab the constrictor.
Okay.
With my extreme success from last round, can I just hold on to the snake?
Yes, you can continue having the snake. And Chester?
I think I'm going to try to help Hildy get this snake bound up.
Okay. So possible. Roll me a nimbleness to see if you can stab this constrictor.
And I'll spend 5 to make an extreme success.
On an extreme success, as you stab the constrictor, it coughs up the light. And the cobra goes, no! But you notice that the shadows start to converge into the room from outside. It's like a flood of shadow and liquid, almost like oil. And they all seem to be converging into this cobra as it gets larger. He's about the size of a food giver now. No, he's as tall as the room. He's filling up half the room. And then you notice a light start to enter the room. You see the old wise cat walking in. But it looks different. It seems to be bathed in sunlight. And the light just keeps getting brighter and brighter. And the two of them start to clash, just as you saw in the dream. It's a giant cat versus this giant snake. Fighting, battling it out. And finally, the old wise cat gives a swipe. And this avatar of Apophis runs away, slithering outside. And the old wise cat looks at you all and is like, let him go. We must not kill him.
Is it because there must be balance between the light and dark? Is that why we have to let him go?
Yes. There must always be balance.
Indeed.
Still pinning
And,
this other snake.
And as you see this, you notice the light seems to separate from the old wise cat. And you see Ra. You see this avatar. He's like, I am Ra. Looking at the old wise cat, he says, you have served me well. You have allowed me to become the Avatar and to prevent Apophis from reigning chaos and engulfing the world. I give you the choice to live on in the dream world or to forever serve by me, battling back Apophis as we do every day.
Hildy is making it very clear that she wants to go and kill Apophis.
It is a very lovely offer, but I must return to my Emma. We have a very important con next week, and I am making a personal appearance there, and I cannot disappoint any of my fans. But thank you for the offer.
I don't have any human. Can I come with you?
But yes, you can join me, for this struggle is eternal.
And he clicks his pen on the ground.
And Hildy and Chester, what do you decide to do?
Chester's decided he really likes doing what everybody else does, and he's kind of a follower, so he's going to go with possible. I mean, why not? I've already done the people thing.
Yeah, damn it, Hildy would as well. She wouldn't even think about her owners sitting at home. She'd be like, to kill shit all the time? Yeah, let's go.
And as this happens, sunlight streams into the room, and in this spot of where the sunlight hits the floor, it's not sunlight, but it is the boat of Ra, the boat that we see going across the sky every day. And as you board it, all of you are gilded in gold, almost like you are centuries of Apophis. And Anastasia, as you head back home, you will notice that the darkness is gone, the shadows are gone, the streets are busy again. Things is normal, for the most part. There's a bunch of food bringers that are very confused as to why there's so many dead animals in the streets, but they go about their business and clean them up. And what is a parting gift you would have liked from Ra?
She has a very it's a black like velvet collar with like a golden sun embroidered on it with rays sun, like commemorating the adventure that she had with everybody on it since she's not with them anymore.
Yes. So this collar, you say?
Yes.
This collar appears on your neck. And as long as you're wearing this collar, it appears that people take a special interest in you. Your YouTube hits shoot up like crazy. You are definitely the most famous cat. And that is where we are ending our Call of Cthulhu.
Yay!
That was so much fun, Wilde.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's awesome.
I got to live my best cat life. I loved it. Well, since we're at the end, why don't we go around, talk about who we are, where we can find each other, and what our favourite part was. Why don't we start with Russ over on Prison Pals DM?
Hi. So I'm Russ. I DM Prison Pals. You can find us on Twitter, and I'm also part of the new podcast called Domino Theory. Just released our first episode today. My favorite part of this was definitely just Hildy teleporting onto the tree, then dropping down onto Woof. And I also love the Curious feat, because that GM intrusion was great. I was so happy with that.
Fantastic, thank you. Next round, we have Hans.
Hey, I'm Hans. I'm most easily found here doing the Eden game and occasionally other things. So just follow Scratticus and you'll find me here eventually. My favorite part, I liked everybody's cats. Everybody had awesome cats. I thought the thing where we actually managed to impale a cat or a snake with a pen, that was good. I didn't see that happening, and when it did, that was really cool.
Thank you, Hans. Next round, we have Natalie at Dark Aardvark.
Hello, I am Natalie, also at dark_aardvark on Twitter. My favorite part today, both of my answer and my backup answer were taken, but it was the Hildy death from above in the tree, and then a possible impaling with the pen. Just that notion that he would hit his head onto one side to like set its position and then come back. That was a cool little touch.
And last but most certainly not least, our wonderful DM of the day, WildeEngineer.
Hi, yes, WildeEngineer on Twitch and Twitter. You can catch me on another Call of Cthulhu game on Mondays here on Scratticus's channel at 2 Eastern, I believe. Right?
Yeah, that sounds right. Seems legit. Yeah.
Oh, gosh, I guess my favorite part was how y'all dealt with the snakes. I was not expecting you to get through all of the rituals that quickly, honestly. I was expecting it to be a mad dash at the very end just to get these rituals done. But yes, that was great.
Yeah. And for me, I think after maybe Hildy's not sure what her owner does, like locks himself in a room for like 28-30 hours on end with just bright lights on him. She's not really sure what he does, but he just sits down and doesn't really seem to want to give her strokes very much. I think after one of these days, he goes to sleep looking for Hildy. She's nowhere to be seen. I think she'll just appear sitting on his chest, purring, and end up nuzzling him after all. At least she better. That's it for this stream. This one is conveniently wrapping a little early because I might have a little bit of a cosplay for the next one. So I'm going to go get ready for that. I'm going to put a bunch of time on the clock, which I had definitely already done and I'm not hastily doing now. We will be back. I'm going to put half an hour on the clock and see how that does. I might end up extending it by a little bit. So everyone go stretch, grab something to eat, grab a drink, and we will be back in half an hour with more fundraising fun. We'll catch you in a bit. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
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 Oh, Zoom, you're struggling today.